Yeah, I didn't know if I'd ever find such a good job again, where I could dedicate my time and, my skills to the service of my fellow human beings. I mean, I knew I had an extensive professional background combined with a number of rare talents, but I wasn't sure how to get it all on paper. The one thing I did know was that my old resume just wasn't going to cut it. Now, I'll admit I didn't do it all on my own. Shoot, if I hadn't found the books I found, I don't know where I'd be today. And let me tell you, there was one book in particular that knew what was up. This book taught me how to give entirely new meanings to my skills and experience just by the use of words. For example, one thing they said was to be very specific. Now, I thought I already was pretty specific about certain things, but they said to even name the schools where I'd been. Now, I don't know about you, but that was a sure long time ago for me, so even though I thunk real hard, I just couldn't remember the name. I knew exactly what it looked like and where it was, so in the end I figured I'd just put the street and they'd know which school it was. Then when it came to my professional experience, I wasn't quite sure how to convey all the intricacies and details of my work, but after reading a few chapters of Power Resume, I realized I hadn't just been sorting mail. I was performing high-level decryption like they do in the Army. Thanks to me, our company was able to maintain clear, reliable communications with the outside world, and the pressure was immense. And being responsible for lunch was no easy feat. It required extensive recon and surveillance skills, along with physical dexterity and maneuverability for the safe acquisition and deliverance of edible materials to ensure the nutritional well-being of our staff. I couldn't just come back with anything. It had to be downright healthy and sometimes even appetizing. Of course, not every job in my past was as glorious. Earlier in my career, I had also worked in phone-based sales, calling people late at night to present money-saving long-distance services. I used to think that was just grunt work to help me get by, but thanks to Power Resume, I came to a whole new understanding of the joy I had brought to people's lives. I mean, just picture little old me reaching out and touching the lives of so many lonely, isolated people in desperate need of friendly conversation and cheaper long distance. I mean, through my contact, these people were given the opportunity to free themselves of their isolation by being enabled to call relatives and friends around the world for just a few pennies. And in addition to that selfless humanitarian side of my work, I was also contributing to the overall success of the enterprise by more subtle contributions. According to Power Resume, what I was doing was not just making coffee. In effect, I was stimulating my fellow coworkers to achieve peak performance through the use of non-toxic chemicals. It's a wonder they ever let me leave. And you can see why with books like these and a background like mine, I soon realized I was downright employable. In fact, it didn't take new employers very long to recognize it either. In no time at all, I was getting interviews left and right, and if they thought I was impressive on paper, you should have seen their reactions in person. Some of them had never seen skills like mine. And even now that I've took a good job with a large automobile manufacturer, I can hardly keep those pesky recruiters away. They're calling me from all over America saying, "Son, we want you to do our mail." I mean, I suppose it's flattering and all, and it breaks my heart to have to turn them all down, but I know it's important to keep my focus. Now, I may admit it can get lonely at the top, and I often wonder what it would have been like to settle down with a wife and kids, but I like to think my career is worth all that and more. So to all of you would-be job seekers out there, the best advice I can give you is do what you can, and the right words will follow later. So good luck to you.